Coming to Simon was kind of a no-brainer for me. In terms of academics, I think it's a fantastic program. It's really strong in terms of the professors we have, the courses that are offered. It definitely makes you ready for the job that you're going to pursue. My name is Skanda Sandeep, 2018 Master's in Finance, graduate from Simon Business School. I work with Citigroup Global Markets in New York City, and I'm a corporate banking analyst there with the power utilities and the Renewable Energy Coverage team. I got my job through an alum. I looked him up on LinkedIn. I saw banking, Citigroup technology. I was like, I need to connect with him because that's what I want to do. And then he was so responsive. He said, yeah, let's get on call like almost immediately. And he essentially was the person who helped me recruit into the process, get in the cycle, and then you have to interview and do a good job there. I've had a couple of favorite classes. One is called Cases in Finance, and it's basically a case-based class where you have like M&A stuff going on, mergers and acquisition stuff going on. You're like trying to negotiate with your colleagues and your peers, so you're trying to like balance out how aggressive you are, at the same time trying to learn how to like execute a deal at the right moment, at the right time, at the right price. And the second class that I liked a lot was Options and Futures. It was taught by the professor Robert Noe Marx. I mean, for people who don't know about Professor Robert Noe Marx, he's a genius. Pretty much can do a logarithmic table in his mind, off by a couple of cents. But that class was brilliant because we learned about the history of like the Black-Scholes model and then the new option pricing model, the binomial trees. So it's heavily quantitative, and coming from an engineering background, quantitative is something that I like. So that class was definitely something that really piqued my interest. I really liked the class. Definitely had a lot of fantastic takeaways from it. I was on the board for the Simon Finance and Investment Club. It's a bunch of finance enthusiasts who get together one day in a week for about an hour. We're not just talking about what's happening in the markets, but we're trying to identify what the rationale is. So if company A is acquiring company B, why are they acquiring these companies? Because once you get on the job, you're probably bound to be thinking like this to be effective on the role. You're interacting with your peers on something that you really like. And also it's aiding in your job search process and developing you as a well-rounded finance professional. I've always been someone who's tried to balance out academics and personal development in terms of your career growth with extracurriculars. So I played minor league basketball in India, and that's something that I continue to do here, although not competitively. So we have a basketball club, and it was a bunch of us MBAs and the MS students. We used to get together on a Friday night, and instead of going out for happy hours, we used to go play for like a couple of hours. But that was a lot of fun. And then of course we hit the class after that. On the job, attention to detail is everything. Like, there is no two things about it. You're producing work which is reviewed by seniors, so you have to be attentive to detail. And I think that's the biggest takeaway that I have from Simon is learning how to, work multiple things at the same time, and at the same time be attentive to what you're doing and focusing on the minutiae and then getting the details right.